Hello, welcome to or back to my channel. My name's Kerry Ann, and these are my thoughts and opinions, disclaimer. So don't quote me on anything unless you want to, but you know, make sure that you say, oh, this is this person's thoughts and opinions, not actual fact. Please don't take her channel down like you've threatened to do before. And also, I swear, do apologise for that, but the world's fucked up. What can you do? Now, the last video that I did went into a bit of the nitty gritty of how I work. So, I'm not going to go into that again. But, yes, last night, so basically recently I've just not been sleeping. I don't know what it is, right? But you know, the dreams get through anyway, so if it's down to somebody, then it's not working. Yeah, so last night's dreams, cracking. Not going to share them, because some of them you've got to keep close to your chest, you know what I'm saying? But I did wake up in the night and with do this video, so here I am. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about my youngest son, who is now an adult. He's 20, and he works in retail. Now, when he was 8 years old, I took him out of school for various reasons. I was starting to... My ex was a teacher, so I saw from the inside, you know, like he came home and they did exactly the same thing every year. Every fucking group of children, and it's like, hold on a minute, this is, you know what I mean, it was taught war, like literally taught war and kings and queens before I took him out of school at the age of 8. Anyway, right, multiple kings and queens, if you please, and giants and castles they start them off at, you know, like huge things, bigger than you, more worth it than you are. Anyways, so I took him out, and when you take your child out of mainstream education, one thing that everybody throws at you, because most people just say what the herd says, what them bastards, they're going to come into it at some point in time, let's face it, education is designed by them bastards, right? Which is why every single child, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of fucking mental capacity, every child is taught that A, some higher power is going to come and save them any old day. Saved them once, coming back to do it again. B, the kings and queens deserve everything, and the way the world is run is the only way that the world can be run. And 3, all the fucking... these are just 3 things. Wars, oh, and charity has to be in there as well. That, like, literally, to be a good person, you have to give your money to somebody else. That's what makes the world a better place. You pay money and you can wear your own clothes. Right, I took umbrage. Right, I took him out. Split up with my ex, and I'm like, well, perfect time. You know what I mean? And I don't have to see him. And I wanted him, you know, like, that he didn't lose any face by my son taking it out. And it turns out he started knobbing some other teacher quite quickly after we'd split up. So, didn't have to watch that happen. And neither did my son, which is cracking. But the one thing that they will tell you, oh no, they've got to be in school. How will they ever learn to interact with others? They won't learn human interaction. Now, my mum said that because my mum listens to these, watches the telly, or, you know, reads a newspaper, is indoctrinated. Most of us are. Most people are. Right? And I've no forgive them, for they know not what they do. Right? Yeah, so my mum used to say it to me and everybody. But mainly the home education people, because you remove your child, you get looked over by the home education people who are also employed by the bastards who want us all educated in the same thing. And if you don't conform to the curriculum, you get fucking shit upon. It is petrifying. These people are like mini Hitlers. They are, well, the one that dealt with us, right? Let's call her Helen, for 'twas her name, right? Probably still is. Fucking vile woman. Well, first day she came out, she spoke to me, and I said why I'd taken him out of education. She was hanging off my every fucking word. She's like, oh my God, you're right. I hadn't thought about it that way. You know what I mean? Proper, like, shit. Like she was questioning her very existence, went away, came back, doubled down. No, she must be stopped. So, yeah, it's all the way through. 10 whole years of fucking bullying. Right, straight up fucking bullying by these people. Any attempt to get him back into school, because these people will allow you to home educate your children, but they have to keep a close tab because they don't trust you. How many pedo teachers, drag queen daughters, drag queen fucking lap dancing? Like literally, these people are damaging children's minds, in my personal opinion. Obvs, right? Because they're the ones who are masking them up for nothing. They're the ones who are queuing them up to get vaccinated. They're the ones who are saying, you can't speak unless you ask. You have to put your hand up. And you have to see me as an authority figure. And you have to look at me as better than you. And here's the point. They were lying when they said, you won't learn how to interact with other people. Now, obviously I'm a mother. I love kids, right? And I've watched it get worse over the years, right? You talk to a school child now, you just say something polite, right? And you see fear in that child's eyes. They don't know what to do. They panic. They don't know how to interact with each other, with adults especially, right? Because they have been told to sit down and shut up and ask permission to fucking breathe, right? That is stifling and be messed up. So you can't even talk to your mates. Sit in a little fucking hula hoop on the playground so you can't talk to your mates. Yeah, that's doing it. Now, I didn't just homeschool my son, I unschooled my son. So basically, I taught him what he needs to know to survive in life, how to be a good human being, for example, right? But it doesn't have to, I didn't educate him to go through his exams, right? And that's what they want you to do, because you need to go through your exam. It's not about remembering it. It's about being petrified to forget it. And if you don't get everything on that paper verbatim what you've been taught, you fail your exams and you're seen as a failure amongst your peers, amongst everybody, right? So I didn't put him in for exams, right? He didn't want me. He has no, like he's happy. He wants to work in retail, right? And he's fucking good at it, right? He is the person you want to serve you when you go into a shop, because he does it because he loves it, right? Now, he is, where he works, one of 2 people who actually enjoy being on the tills. Everybody else, all of whom have been to school, see where I'm going, all of them have been through mainstream education, fucking petrified of the tills, can't stand it. My son stands there, he makes people feel better about their day, he gives them compliments, he asks them questions, like he notices things about their person. If they're wearing a t-shirt, he asks them about, not just any old t-shirt, a t-shirt with it, especially if it's anime or something like that. He starts conversations with people, he makes the people's lives a better place to be, and yet he didn't go through mainstream education. Riddle me that. Riddle me how my son can talk to fucking anybody, absolutely anybody, man, woman. Well, he said, I told him that we're going to do this video, bless him, just to be interest of transparency and all that, you know what I mean? And he said, well, really, the only people that I do have a problem with, not a problem, the only people that I struggle to communicate with is children. Because children come in and he says they'll just stand there and just stare at you watching you do your thing. They just, because obviously kids in mainstream education don't know how to interact with people, right? So it says they'll just stare at you, and obviously you can't look at them or say anything back or stare back, because then that looks dodgy. So like, I don't know what to do with that. I just go about my business with them just standing there and staring at me. And do you know what I mean? But that's the only people that you can't communicate are the people in mainstream education. And yet I was told by many people, and if you take your child out of mainstream education, you will be told that. How will they know how to interact with people, have human interaction, get human interaction skills? That's exactly what school breeds out of you, that and critical thinking, independent thought. It stamps that fucker out of you. But it teaches you that to fear people and to revere people with a job title, people who you don't know whether they're any better than you. You don't know whether they're kiddie fiddlers. You don't know whether they're alcoholics. You don't know whether they're all fucking on crack. You don't know. But you have to respect them because you're told to. No other reason. Not because they're respectful, not because they talk to you with kindness, because it's their job. I'm sorry, but it's bullshit. It's absolute. Let me just hopefully that won't go off for you. Dismiss. Yeah. So we need to do something about that, because the kids of today, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Kids are more and more like schools are more and more like prison camps as time goes by. You know what I mean? They can paint pictures on the walls. They can have the bollards in the shape of pencils. Do you know what I mean? But it is not a place for children. School is not a place for children, in my personal opinion. And if you want to stop people having kids, stop taking them fucking away at the age of 4 and feeding them fucking bollocks so that their parent can't talk to them on a personal level anymore for fear of fucking somebody off with a job title. Literally, this world is arse about face. And let's not forget the Queen. You know, who we were, sorry, not my king, right? So I'm just going to take, because I was bred to call her Queen. So she was homeschooled. It's good enough for them. It's good enough for fucking you and me. And at the end of the day, we need to stop telling kids. We need to stop breeding them from the year dot that they are unworthy if they get their questions wrong on a fucking exam paper. Because what they're taught is bollocks. And they fail their exams if they don't repeat that bollocks back. And that's why you end up with an adult populace who all say identical things. They'll all say, oh, you can't take them out. How will they integrate? They'll all say, oh, we have to learn history or we're doomed to repeat it. Everybody says exactly the same thing as adults because that's what we're bred to do from the age of fucking 4. And it's wrong, in my personal opinion. And my son fucking proves it. There you go. That's today's rant over. Nice lighter topic than the last one, methinks. But yeah, I see you. And yes, you don't scare me. And to all of you, thank you for watching my videos. If you like, please like, I believe, like that I watch other people and they say that if you like somebody's video, it gets them viewed more. So if you could do that, that'd be smashing, because not very many people know who I am, and I'm looking for my tribe. So I won't find my tribe if I'm in a little pond. It's time to take off the training wings, do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I love you all. If you've watched this far, I owe you a bevy. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, let me know your deets and I'll stick you a badge in the post. I love you all. Stay safe. Safe from what? From them bastards. Keep your brain safe. Critical thinking. Relearn it. You can relearn it. I did go through school. I did learn all this bollocks. And then I just changed the way I use my brain. When I put myself on the experiment, I literally just changed the way I use my brain. And wow. But we'll go through that in some time. But yeah, give me these. I'll send you a badge. And I love you all. Bye.